Hello, good evening and welcome to my channel. My name's Natasha, and if you're new here, I am quite new to YouTube. I started posting videos about 4 months ago, and ultimately I would like to post videos that help people, but at the moment I'm just sharing just random videos with whatever's on my mind and my own experiences, just to kind of get used to the camera and also to find out if I have a niche audience or yeah, just trial and error things. So if you're listening, I appreciate it so much, and criticism is welcome, but I am really sensitive, so please be nice. Yeah, so what I wanted to talk about today is how being sober is boring. I don't know why I'm feeling a little bit nervous today. I've been really emotional the last week, and as you can see on one of my other videos, I got addicted to my ADHD medication and I had to flush it down the toilet and get rid of it because I am an addict and I am in recovery for drug addiction and alcoholism, so I have to be really careful and aware and conscious of when I am becoming addicted to anything, whether that's a food, a prescriptive drug, a behaviour, a pattern, a person, anything. If it becomes addictive and compulsive and obsessive, I need to talk to somebody about it and I need to let it go. And I might get emotional on this video because in the last week since putting down that, it's kind of, so in 1 month's time I'll be exactly 2 years sober off alcohol and drugs, apart from anything that my doctor's prescribed. And when I first got sober, it was horrendous. It was so hard. It was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. And yeah, I feel really guilty from saying that because I know that there's a lot of people that, you know, have been through a lot, but if you've been through addiction, you know that how difficult it is and how that you don't realise that you're addicted while you are in the addiction. You don't realise how much addiction is ruining your life or your health, and it's really hard to realise that you need help. That's probably the hardest part, and then the getting the help is hard because it just doesn't feel like you've been helping yourself by soothing your symptoms with alcohol and drugs. Well, I'll speak for myself anyway. So because I've been self-soothing for so many years, like 15 years, it was really hard to admit that I needed somebody to help me, and actually I needed so many people to help me, and there's people still every day that keep me on track and stop me from going back down that dark hole of addiction and self-harm. So what I've been thinking about the last week is how when I came into program I was so afraid that my life would be boring and that I'd never have fun again because I used to be so wild. I loved to party, I loved drum and bass music, I loved going to festivals, I loved, you know, just being wild and free and just enjoying all the highs of life and also all of the lows. And I had to grieve for that. I really had to grieve for that. And I think because I've just turned 30 as well, I feel like I'm grieving for my 20s. But I'm also grieving again for the ADHD medication that I put down because it did give me a high, it gave me a boost. And now, I don't know, I think I'm withdrawing from it, but also I'm reflecting a lot on turning 2 years sober and how, I don't know if I've just got used to normal mundane things, or if I actually enjoy them, because for the most part I do enjoy my life. I'm more content, I'm healthier, I'm more present with people, I have more money, but then on the other side of things, like I was walking through Brick Lane today with the Ivy Society that I co-lead with the most amazing girls, and everybody's buying bagels, and I just was seeing people drinking alcohol and sat outside of the pub. And I also get addicted to food, so I have to have really strict boundaries about my eating times and the amounts I eat, because if I don't have boundaries around it, I will binge or restrict and just become obsessive and addictive around certain foods and eating behaviours. So I can't just kind of like go out and join in with the eating and the drinking. Like, I love being there, but I do feel left out. So that's one thing. And like the smells of the food, and I just feel like, oh, I just want to eat everything. And but I know that if I do, that's not good for me, because I need the 12-step programs and the boundaries to keep me sober, to keep me conscious, to keep me on this spiritual journey of, you know, truly finding myself and feeling happiness, because I get glimpses of it, but I'm not quite there yet. And yeah, it's not that I feel sorry for myself. I absolutely don't. You know, got myself into so much trouble, and health-wise I'm paying for it now. I've got some issues with my liver, which I'm still going through tests for, but it's not looking great. And I think when we're in addiction, we always think that we're going to get away with it. But yeah, I'll have to do a lot of things now to improve my health. Anyway, I just wanted to speak about how being sober is boring, and I do feel left out, and I do feel like, will I ever have fun again? But for me, it's choosing between having fun again and potentially dying young, or do I be sensible, healthy, and just carry on being sober and have a boring life? And I feel like that's the only choice for me, but I really want to make it fun. I really want to make it fun, and I want to live life to the fullest and do that without needing highs of substances. So, I mean, if you're not an addict, you're probably watching this and thinking, what on earth is she going on about? If you're an addict, you're probably thinking, I completely understand. So yeah, I'll probably leave it there. Didn't think I would get upset, and I thought I'd have more to say, but yeah, that's just me. I'm coming up to 2 years sober, and I'm still grieving for that fun, wild, intense, delusional, funny, daring, risk-taking, adventurous, spontaneous girl that I will really miss, and I'll always treasure those memories, but I can't be that girl anymore, because yeah. Thanks for listening, and if you're also sober and you feel me on this, please drop in the comments, because it's so nice to know that we're not alone. God bless.